There was an EV meetup held on the 27th of August 2022 at CD Dodds Scrap Metal in Forestfield, Perth. And there were a couple of very interesting finds there. So before we get into having a look at some of the EVs and other interesting things that were there, I just want to say that I've had to cut out all the audio just about because there was a band playing, and so I didn't want to get any copyright strikes. They also played a bit of radio. Hopefully the voiceover comes out all right. And please don't forget, click that like and subscribe button below. It's free. The Model Y was only started deliveries in the day before this, and here is my mate Pete Petrovsky's brand new white on white Model Y. I am jealous because I am not getting mine for 2 weeks, so I'll just have to drool over his for the moment. It's just like all the other Model Ys around. There were 2 here that I saw, and I do know that as of the next day, Pete and another friend, Harold, have driven off in their Model Ys to do a circumnavigation of Australia. There was an Ioniq 5. I really like the look of this car. I think it's really very neat. It's very spacious inside. It's just a pity that they're just trickling in. They're allowing about 100 to 135 per month to be available. In the back, it's very spacious, plenty of legroom for the passengers, and obviously the boot. Not quite as big as a Model Y, but it's still very reasonable. And if I couldn't have got my Model Y, I would have been trying for that. Hyundai Kona EV. I've got a feeling that these are just so overpriced. They cost 57 to 67,000 Australian dollars. They're based on an internal combustion engine vehicle, which is $20,000 to $30,000 cheaper. I'm sorry, I don't understand. And here's another one. It's a Kia E-Nero, once again based on the internal combustion engine version, and this is a lot more expensive. And a surprise at the show, a BYD T3. This actual van is used for deliveries in Perth. It's got very reasonable, comfortable seats, and it's just 2 there. The back luggage or cargo area is quite spacious. It's got a sliding door on each side for easy access, as well as a lift up back door. So to get in and out with the parcels, packages or whatever, very, very easy. And the seats, quite comfortable, considering that it's a delivery vehicle, they're okay. The inside, a bit bland, but then what do you expect? There's no frunk, but there seems to be plenty of space there to put one in if you really wanted to. Jaguar I-Pace. When this came out a couple of years ago, I really liked it. It was a very nice car. But at $150,000, yeah, nah, sorry. It's a bit old hat now, and they're still trying to sell the odd one, but it does not appear to be very popular. But it looks okay. Now, parked alongside it, oh, it's a Cupra Born. Now, this one is the plug-in hybrid version. For those of you that don't know, Cupra is the sporty arm of Seat, which is a Spanish car company. Cupra makes sporty hatchbacks and so on. The Cupra Born full electric will be coming to Australia. I have been informed it's going to be very early next year, 2023, so we shall wait and see. Now, the inside of the Cupra Born it's a little bit tight, but the front bucket seats, very nice. Quite a lot of support. It's even got a sunroof there. So I did sit in them. The seats are quite comfortable. The display, there's a central display. Whoops, sorry about the focus. And there's the instrument cluster straight in front of you. And the boot, well, for a hatchback, it's pretty reasonable. It looks like it's got 60-40 split rear seats. The back seats, though, yeah, you're not going to get an adult in there. I tried sitting in there with the front driver's seat set, and no room for me. Volvo XC40 Recharge. I didn't get into this one because it was somebody's personal car and I couldn't find them there to ask if it was all right. But I did open the door and have a look. I think it's typical Volvo, and I think it's all right. I don't think I'd want one myself. Back seats, still pretty spacious. You've got plenty of room there to allow adults to sit in there. And it takes CCS2 charging. I don't know what the rate is on this, but all up, yeah, it's okay. I also did a couple of interviews. The first one is with Chris Dodds, who actually owns the business where the meetup was. Chris has been a long-term supporter of EVs, even though he hasn't actually got one himself. Next year, he says. And the second interview is with a really nice guy called Jon. He owns a Model 3 Performance, and that is leaving all in its path in the rally circuit here in WA. So have a look at these two interesting interviews. Okay, so this is Chris Dodds. He runs CD Dodds Scrap Metal Merchants. What area are we in here? Forestfield. And he's been a great supporter of electric vehicles for a long time now. He's got an EV charger, 120 kilowatt, shared between two stations. So if only one's using it, 120. If two are using it, 60 each. Is that right?
Yeah.
And he's got 100 kilowatts of panels on the roof. So it's basically free of charge at the moment. So Chris, thanks very much. Really appreciate what you've done for electric vehicles. When did you first put in your EV charger?
So we've put our first EV charger in 2019. There was a 22 kilowatt ZX charger. Then we upgraded that to a 100 kilowatt ZX charger, and that was the first charger in Perth over 50 kilowatts. And then we installed our new dual CCS2 charger 3 months ago, and it has been a success.
That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for supporting electric vehicles. You drive one yourself?
No.
Well, there you go. I've got a Model 3 for sale if you're interested.
No. I've got a perfectly good vehicle that needs to be replaced in the next year, and I'll look at it then.
Yeah. When did you stick 100 kilowatts of solar panels on the roof?
We started off with a 30 kilowatt system through Pete Petrovsky, and then we upgraded it last year to a full 100 kilowatt system.
That's phenomenal. So basically, at the moment, you're not charging for EVs to charge here, but you're only open during business hours.
That's correct. The idea being to raise awareness for EVs, especially in Forest Field and the Hills region where there's a lack of charging infrastructure.
Yeah, look, that's absolutely brilliant. You're certainly doing that very well. We've got this EV meetup here today. You hold them on a fairly regular basis at this place. It's organised by somebody else, but it's brilliant.
Yeah, Pred organises the EV Meet as a monthly event. We agreed to host it 2 or 3 times a year. It's a good event for the Forest Field and Shire of Kalamunda, so yeah, it gets people down here, gets people talking about EVs, and it gives them an opportunity to see if the vehicle is right for them or not. Yeah,
and you've also put on free coffee.
Free coffee.
Yes, I like my coffee, thank you so much. I really appreciate all that you've done for the electrical vehicle movement in Perth, and it's absolutely brilliant, thank you.
No, wonderful, thank you very much.
So this time I'm here with my mate Jon. Now Jon's basically retired tinkerer, he calls himself. He has a Model 3 Performance, which is a rally car. When did you get that, Jon?
2019, September 2019.
Excellent. And it's branded at the moment as Tokiva Racing.
Yeah.
It's going to be rebranded on Tuesday, but I can't talk about that yet because it's all so maybe more will come from that next week.
It's changing from green theme to blue thunder, so
yeah,
we'll see.
At the moment it's called the green theme, but it will be called blue thunder, but that's all we can say. Okay.
Fantastic.
And how's it doing in the rallies that it's entered?
Yeah, so it's been cleaning up on a few events. We're going to be, what's it called, the rally sprints coming up on the 10th and 11th of September. We'll be competing in those. Yeah, we're doing really well. The Targa Cup, we're looking to win the Targa Cup this year, so we're in the running for that.
That's absolutely excellent. I do know when you first started to race it, you were in the 130 km/h category, and they did so well that they were actually winning the 160 km/h
so we won
bracket by minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, we won the 130 by 8 minutes, and we won the 165 by 4 minutes.
And they weren't even in the 165 category. Yeah. But now you're in the open.
So open category, however the events didn't run this year due to the issues in Tasmania. However, the Targa Cup, which comprises of several rally sprints at the Motorplex and various other places, we're 2 more to go and we're set to win the Targa Cup.
Excellent. Yeah. And it has been going very well, even in the open division, where the Model 3 Performance is $100,000, $110,000 car, and it's beating or going very well against $500,000 cars, isn't it?
Yeah, Porsches and all that. We can beat those guys.
So that's just phenomenal. Just goes to show the power of electric vehicles. And the driver that you've got, Jürgen Landsman, and his wife as the code Helen. They've been doing a superb job.
They are fantastic, awesome, very, very skillful, calculated driver. Have no issues at all with Jürgen driving the car. Very safe, technical driver, fantastic, doing a great job. Yeah, awesome.
Excellent. So look, thanks very much for all that you've done. I mean, it's getting the name electric vehicles, especially Tesla, out there, isn't it?
It is,
and
Nigel,
it's
fantastic.
Just brilliant. And when you go to these rallies and the race meets, everybody's going, what?
Well, we used to have a lot of jokes about, have you got extension cord long enough?
Yes.
We don't hear that anymore.
No.
Now they're worrying about
whether they can beat you or not.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Look, thanks very much, Jon.
Cheers,
really
Nigel.
Appreciate.
Good day.
Thank you.
Cheers, Nigel.
Thank you to those two people. I really appreciate the time that they gave me. And after this event, I then went up to Ampol's service station in Belmont, where they've just commissioned their first fast DC charger in Western Australia, AmpCharge. So here we are at AmpCharge, Ampol service station in Belmont, and at the moment it's a free charge until the 1st of September. And look at this, it's a very busy place, another one pulling in. So AmpCharge, Belmont, Ampol service station. As you can see, it was surprisingly busy. When I first arrived, there was another Model 3 charging, and he'd just finished. He left. Then another one pulled in to have a look. Whilst I was talking to them, another one appeared but drove off. As you could see, there were 2 M3s there already. Then the one you saw on the video was the last one to pull in before I left. I was only there for 15 minutes. But there's a couple of problems I see with AmpCharge. Firstly, you need yet another bloody app on your smartphone to activate it. When are we going to get a simple single app for all these chargers? Or just be able to tap your credit card and the charging will start. I mean, it makes sense. The second problem is this place has got 2 bays. One CCS2 plug, and one CHAdeMO plug. Now, there aren't too many EVs around now that will use CHAdeMO. They're really the Betamax of chargers nowadays and are on the way out. At this AmpCharge, the CHAdeMO was rated at 120 kilowatts, whilst the CCS2 was rated at 180 kilowatts, according to the screen on the charger. Well, there you have it. A very good turnout at the EV Meet, which obviously had a lot of Model 3s present, as well as the 2 Model Ys and several other EVs. Hope you found that interesting, and thanks very much for watching. Please don't forget, click that like and subscribe button. It helps promote the channel. See you all soon.